Hi, I'm Mike Frisch, psychology professor at Baylor University. With me today is Dr. Ed Diener. This program is made available through the generous support of the Gallup International Positive Psychology Center. With 150 publications on the topic, Dr. Ed Diener, psychologist at the University of Illinois, is the world authority on human happiness. Dr. Diener, based on your groundbreaking research and knowledge of the field, tell us, what's your recipe for happiness?
I'm glad you said recipe. Sometimes people say, what's the key to happiness? And I say, well, there isn't a single key. So I don't like the key metaphor of, oh, if only you meditate or only you do this or that, you'll be a happy person. Instead, I like recipe because that implies that there's a number of ingredients you have to bring together in the right proportion. So what are those ingredients to make that cake we call happiness? The first ingredient, I think, is social relationships. Having people that love you, family and friends that love you, and having people that you love and that you want to do things for and take care of. For functioning adults need not only to be loved, but also to love. So that's the first ingredient. The second ingredient, I think, is a positive mental attitude, an approach attitude. So all of us in life have bad things that happen to us. But a person who's happy gets past those things, moves on, and they tend to focus on what's good about people and what's good about life. So, some people focus on, gee, everybody has got these problems or those problems. But if instead you think, gee, I have so much to be grateful for in other people. A third ingredient, I think, is realizing that maybe money is not the key. And some people put money first, and it's not that money doesn't count, but that money has to have the right place. And if you sacrifice social relationships, you're going to be in trouble if you sacrifice that to make money. Another one is having important goals and values that matter to you. So we all have to get involved in life and be active. And what I see with unhappy students tell me, gee, I don't have anything I care about. I don't have anything I really value. So you have to get involved and be active with your goals and things you care about. And the way I sum that up is, happiness is a process, not a place. So many people think, oh, it's a place. If only I get money, if only I get the right house, if only I get the right spouse, then I'll be happy. And sure, those things can count. But what's really important to realize is that you never get to that place, that there's always new things that give life meaning and importance, new goals that you're going to work for that are relevant to your values. So I'd say that's my recipe.
Well, it sounds like you're saying money can't buy happiness, but in looking at some of your own research, can we say that happiness can buy money or bring some kind of a...
Well, surprising you brought that up because so many people think that happiness is nice, it's its own reward because it's pleasant, it feels good to be happy. But we think it goes beyond that. Happiness is important not just because it feels good, but it makes the individual function better. So people who are unhappy, for example, are more likely to have unhappy marriages, to get divorced. Happy people tend to have better relationships. They tend to, on average, make more money.
Wow.
They volunteer more. They are rated higher by their supervisors. And lastly, they have better health and are more likely to live long. So happiness is a good thing to have.
Let me ask you this. What advice might you give people who are interested in a career in happiness research, quality of life, or positive psychology?
Yeah. The first thing I'd say is understand, this is, to me, the most important thing you could be doing, is understanding how to help people live a more meaningful, better life. So we've had so many advances in science, and science has changed the world, and it's helped us to conquer illnesses and so forth. But a physicist once said to me, the new frontier is psychology, because that's where we've lagged behind, and that's where we're going to help people really accomplish the things they care about that make life worth living for, that is, make life meaningful. And so when you get into this, you have to understand you're on a mission that's very important. And the second thing is, have fun doing it. It's like detective work. I love doing research. I wouldn't do anything else. I would do it if they didn't pay me. So understanding that research on well-being and positive psychology can be a fun thing.
And I guess we really need to try it out in order for the people to realize that detective fun nature to it.
Sure.
How do they get involved in research?
Sure. Try out research, take a course on research, work for a professor doing research, and see if it's for you. It's not for everybody, but if it's right for you, it can be very exciting.
And where do they find outlets for happiness or positive psychology research?
I think if you look around the United States and the world for professors who are doing it, and so all over the world, it's a growing movement, and more professors are involved in positive psychology. And looking for those individuals who might need to take on a new graduate student or research assistant and going to that place.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.